Hey guys, welcome back to the Truth Pages. It's your boy TTP, back with another video for you guys. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to this channel, hit the bell so you can get your notifications every time I drop a new video like this. Like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Don't be a hater all your life. So, today we're going to be talking about the Freedom Phone. This is supposed to be a phone that's going to protect you from censorship. It's going to, be a fight against big tech. It's being pushed by the conservative Republican Party. Now, if you've been following this channel and if you know me, you know I don't mess with politics, period. Because both sides are controlled by the enemy, and in secret, they really work together. And so, anyway, the conservative side is pushing this phone, and they're talking about it's basically a uncensorable phone. That is not true. In this video, I'm going to expose the lies of this phone. I'm going to expose how it does track you. It does record your information. It does listen to you. And all these things that they're saying about the phone is not true. This phone is literally a scam for people who are not tech savvy. And we are going to do a full-on expose of this scam of a phone that they're calling the Freedom Phone. So without too much talking, let's go ahead and let's jump in. The first thing I want to show you guys is a video that Candace Owens, who is a Trump supporter and a conservative on the right, that is pushing this phone. Now, before I get into it, let me just say that there's a lot of things about Candace Owens that I agree with. I do agree with her conservative values because even though I don't have a political affiliation, I do have conservative views. I don't believe in gay marriage. I don't believe in transgenderism. I don't believe in killing babies. I don't believe in having government run our lives. And those are some of the things that the Conservative Party is supposed to represent. But anytime I see somebody writing for Trump or writing for Biden or any of these satanic presidents, I can't get behind that. Because they're all connected to Freemasonry. And we're going to expose that in this video as well. So let's go ahead. Let's take a look at the video that Candace did advertising the phone. And I'm going to break down the lies about what she's saying. And I'm also going to expose the phone, the creator of the phone, and how everything they're saying about this phone is a lie. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at the video of Candace Owens first.
So this is called the Freedom Phone. If you use my code CANDACE, you can get 10% off. You go to freedomphone.com. Look at this. It's an actual smartphone. You're going, that looks like an Android. That's because it is an Android. And you're going, how is that possible? Android, come to find out, is not it's open source, meaning it was created not for Google. Actually, it was created for Microsoft. So unlike the Apple iOS system, unlike the Apple phone, you can rejig this. And this is what this guy, ERICK, who I've known for years, brilliant kid. I call him a kid because he was known as the Bitcoin teenager millionaire. He was like 17 and became a multimillionaire off of Bitcoin. And he's very involved in tech. And he basically figured out that it's a completely different operating system, rejig the Android. So it's an Android phone, but it's not for Google or by Google. This is a Freedom Phone. I'm holding a freaking phone that is not controlled by Apple or Google. We made the switch immediately. The first questions that came to my mind, because if you're like me and you're not know a lot about tech, then you're probably asking the same questions that probably have the same questions going through your head. So the first question, every single phone has a SIM card. You pop out your SIM card and you insert your SIM card into here. That's it. Suddenly Apple Store or the Google Store, what they've created at the Freedom Phone is the Patriot app. Look at that. So that's literally, these are apps. This is if I want to download the Facebook app, I could download it. Like, these are Patriot apps. You go to the Patriot app store and you can pick what app you want. So you're not going to be like, oh, but I need this app. You can still get any app that's available in the world via the Patriot app store. This is just not controlled by Google or Apple. Everyone sat back and let it happen. No more. Freedom Phone. Literally, I'm holding a phone that is not controlled by Apple and Google. I think this is like the most amazing thing ever. So there's nothing really to say about how this app works. It's literally an Android, but it's not owned by Google. It's just the Android rewired, and they put this phone together by a bunch of different pieces. I asked where it came from. They said all over the world the parts came from. It's assembled in Hong Kong. And how much? Great question, Rebecca Reeves. This phone costs $500. If you use the code CANDACE, you will get 10% off. iPhones have SIMs. Yes, they do, to whoever said that. So you pop the iPhone. That's what I did. I had an iPhone. I've been dying to get rid of it because first and foremost, the Droid just has a better camera, if anything else. And like Apple is just not getting better. They're getting more expensive. They're basically demanding that you buy their chargers, 1,000 different chargers that go into 1,000 different things. They update the charger every year, so you have to rebuy all the chargers. And I've been looking for a reason to migrate away from Apple because I didn't want to be one of those conservatives that's like, oh my God, I freaking hate Apple. Apple's so bad and so scary. And then like is constantly using iPhones and only using Apple. And this finally gave me the opportunity to ditch it and say, okay, I'm done with Apple products. I'm done with people that have turned their back on the countries that made them so phenomenal and great. Apple is Apple because we gave them the power. Don't forget that. Think about that. Apple is Apple because we decided to make their phones the biggest thing ever, because every single one of us went out and bought it. Google is Google because we decided to use their search engine and we decided to go buy their phones because every single one of us made them that powerful. I'm basically saying that right now we have the ability to do the exact same thing, remove some of their power by picking up a phone that cannot be taken out. So don't think, I know one of my questions was, well, can't AT&T or Verizon say, no, you can't have that phone? No, the answer is no, because they require a SIM card, and that SIM card fits into this phone. They all fit into this phone, no matter what SIM card you have. When you order the phone, your SIM card will pop into it, and it works. They can't tell you what kind of phone to have. You still have to pay for their service. You're still gonna have to pay for your bill, but they don't get to tell you what phone you have. So they don't get to tell you what apps you get to have. So please, guys, this is like, you know, the time to do it. Did I get a message? No, I didn't get a message. I'm just getting noises. No, I did get a message. Oh, I have Instagram on notifications. I think it's you guys right now blowing me up. Calm down. I had to like learn how to even use the freaking, I've never had a Droid. This is like the first time I've had a Droid, and the camera is just so much better. And I was looking for a reason to switch, and Google was not the reason to switch. The Freedom Phone is. Do you guys have any more questions? Please let us continue to concentrate on taking the power from big tech. They've proven they're anti-American. Yes, I agree 100%. That is why I am doing this. As I said, never in 4 years have I ever pitched a product to you guys. I think this is going to be the difference. ERICK FINMAN, by the way, is the person, I think I said his name earlier, but I'm saying it again. If you want to look into him to see what he's about, he is definitely on a trajectory to be a billionaire, and he is on our side in terms of just believing in the freedoms in this country that we have to fight for. Partner with them because this is a solution. It's not a complaint, it's a solution, and it tells you to stop giving your money to the companies that are censoring us. Any more questions, drop them in the comment. freedomphone.com, and discount code CANDACE at checkout for 10% off. Bye, guys.
All right, so let's expose this real quick. Number one, the person that created the Freedom Phone is known as ERICK FINMAN. He invested in Bitcoin and he became a millionaire. The story is that, supposedly the story, I don't even think this is true, I just think it's made up, but he was a teenager and he had to make a decision whether he wanted to go to college or take $1,000 that his parents gave him and invest and turn that $1,000 into $1 million. So they gave him his parents gave him $1,000. He invested in Bitcoin. He became a millionaire. That sounds like your typical cookie cutter story. I turned $1,000 into $1 million. Do you know how hard it is to do that? Do you know how many false success stories have that kind of narrative? Oh, I had a little bit of money, I invested it, I became a millionaire. It doesn't work like that. Period. So the fact that they want me to believe in a story that there's not a lot of proof for, it's just a narrative that has been presented to us. Now, we also know that cryptocurrency is the monetary system of the Antichrist, the coming Antichrist. So you guys want me to trust somebody that brags about benefiting from the devil's satanic monetary system that's going to bring us into the market of beast? You want me to trust somebody that is on that side of things? Y'all lost y'all minds. All right, now I'm gonna get into the creator, ERICK FINMAN. That's his name. He's known as the teenage Bitcoin millionaire. We're gonna expose him too. But number two, she also said that when she got the Freedom Phone, she no longer wants to use her iPhone. She's getting rid of her iPhone. But if we go to her Twitter, that is not the truth. Matter of fact, before we continue, let's take a look at her Twitter and her most recent tweets. and let's see if it's true or not that she actually made the change and she's using a Freedom Phone. Let's just take a look at that real quick before we continue. So here we are at Candace Owens' Twitter. Let me zoom in a little bit more here. Okay, so we can see this is Candace Owens. Obviously, you see the verified badge. This is Candace Owens. Now, let's go to her most recent tweet, which is right here. This was made 3 hours ago. Now, if you scroll down, the tweet was made July 22nd, 2021, which is today at 2:55 p.m. And it says it was tweeted from the iPhone. But we're not going to stop there. We'll give her a little bit of leeway here. Let's look at some of her other tweets and see if that's also the case. Now, this post was made 8 hours ago today at 9:13 a.m. July 22nd, 2021. Also, iPhone. Okay? Let's go to another tweet here. Another one. July 22nd, 2021. iPhone. One more example. Just so I can prove my point here, because people think that I'm just making stuff up. Let me just show you. July 21st, 2021, 5:01 p.m. iPhone. How are you going to advertise something you're not freaking using? You're talking about, oh, this is going to protect you from Google. This is a fight against big tech. But you're still using big tech products and promoting something that's supposed to fight against big tech, but you're still using big tech. This woman is full of it. She just is. Period. She's lying and she's deceiving you to sell a crappy Chinese phone made in China. And we're going to get into that. I'm going to expose the phone. I'm going to expose the tracking. I'm going to get into all that. But I just want y'all to see that this is about money. Because in the video itself, she says if you use my code, you get 10% off the product. The phone is $500. 10% off will bring that phone to roughly around $449. But when you also consider the fact that you have to ship the phone and pay for shipping, you're going to be paying over $500, period, point blank. Every single person that uses that code, she makes a certain amount of money from every person that uses that code. So you want me to buy a product that's $500 for something you're not even using? Like, how stupid is that? Make that make sense. This woman is a scammer, period, point blank. And this is why I don't mess with her. I like her conservative values, but this is about money more than it is about a message or more than it is about a fight against big tech, because she's still messing with big tech according to this Twitter post here. So anyway, let's get back to the video, and we're gonna just expose this phone. I'm gonna show you everything you need to see that this is a scam. Let's go ahead and let's get back to the video. Candace, you're a liar. You're a liar, Candace. You're doing it for profit. You don't care about censorship. I mean, you might care about censorship, but you're doing it for money. Period. Let's go. Okay, so we've established that she's literally lying to sell a product. She says that she switched immediately and that she's getting rid of her iPhone, but she's still using the iPhone. So she's using deceit to sell a product. That right there should tell you everything that you need to know about Candace. Okay, yeah, you say you're a Christian, you say you're a believer, you say you're fighting against big tech, but you're not. You're just trying to make some damn money. Alright, now, we're done with Candace. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at the video or the advertisement by the creator of the Freedom Phone, who is the so-called Bitcoin millionaire, ERICK FINMAN. Now, this dude has a sketchy past, and there's a lot of stuff about him that a lot of people don't know about, but he is the creator of this phone. Let's take a look at the video. I'm going to react to it live, and we're going to expose the lies about that as well. Let's take a look. So this is the actual video. I'm going to watch it live right now with you guys. I'm going to react to it. I'm going to give my thoughts. After this video, we're going to go to the website. I'm going to expose the location tracking, the data collection, and everything else about this phone that is total and utter BS. So let's watch this video.
Name one time in history where the people who banned books, media, and opinions were the good guys. Hi, I'm ERICK. I'm the world's youngest Bitcoin millionaire.
You're a scammer! You're trying to push the beast technology on people to pull them into the mark of the beast. That's what you're doing. That is exactly what you're doing. You're bragging about how rich you became off of Bitcoin so you can steer people towards the monetary system of the beast. So I already don't like you based off of that. There's other reasons why I don't like you, but that's the main reason why I don't mess with you, Mr. FINMAN. Let's continue.
I made it in Silicon Valley, and I've accomplished a lot in my life already.
Because you sold out to the beast system, that's why.
But now, I'm leaving big tech to fight for free speech. Because the big tech overlords are violating your privacy, censoring your speech, and I think that's so wrong. That's why I created the Freedom Phone, and its uncensorable app store. Everyone is complaining about big tech censorship, but no one is doing anything about it. They say, build your own...
Okay, well, the person that's pushing this phone, Candace Owens, is complaining about big tech, but she's still using big tech. So, like, I mean, stop it with the capping. You're capping so hard right now, fam. You are capping so hard, and she's capping so hard so you can make some more money off of people that are completely unknowledgeable about how these phones work. Wow. Let's continue.
Phone. So I did. Freedom Phone truly is the best...
Look at that. You see that star right there? That's the pentagram. Okay? They can call it another star. They can call it whatever they want, but it's the damn pentagram. Period.
Phone in the world. It does everything your current phone does, except censor you and spy on you.
That's not true according to your website. You saying it doesn't censor or spy. Okay, so if I were to be stupid enough to buy this scam of a phone and I make a video on YouTube about the big V, that video is still going to be censored. If I go on Instagram and make a video about the big V, it's still going to be censored. If I go on Facebook and make a video about the big V, it's still going to be censored. And this phone does track us, according to your website. And I'm going to expose that too. Liar.
With the Freedom Phone, your freedom of speech is our #1 priority. That's why we built our own app store that is completely uncensored. If an app you love has been banned from the mainstream app stores, you can still download it on ours, because we don't ban apps, period. And we've developed the first operating system based on your free speech. There's no app tracking, no key...
That's a lie. That's a lie. There is app tracking on this phone. And once again, I will expose it after this video on the website. Let's continue.
Keyboard tracking and no location tracking, because I believe in your security. How do we ensure you're being protected? Say hello to trust. Trust is our privacy guard.
Okay, so this simple symbol right here is supposed to make me believe that I am completely uncensored. I can literally Google this image, place it on a website, and say, you're not being censored, you're not being tracked, and just because of the image itself, people are actually going to believe it. Oh my god, I'm telling you, you guys, you really cannot make this stuff up, dude. You're trash. FINMAN, you're trash. Period.
It's designed to warn you whenever an app or a website is tracking you and gives you the option to stop it. Your data, your rules. That's our motto.
Okay, but this trust emblem here is not going to stop you from tracking us according to your website. So, stop it with the cap. This dude is capping so hard, bro. He's capping so hard. Like, somebody get this dude a beanie, because he's capping hard right now.
The Freedom Phone is comparable to the best smartphones on the market.
Isn't that something that every single phone they come out with, they say it's the best phone on the market? Isn't that something that most people say when they want to sell you a phone?
It has an edge-to-edge screen, a super fast processor, and multiple cameras. And your SIM card transfers into the Freedom Phone seamlessly.
Okay. Well, that's another red flag right there. Because you are using a SIM card from one of the major mobile carriers, whether it be Verizon, whether it be Metro, T-Mobile, AT&T, all of these carriers, if you want to use their service, they're tracking you, okay? This is how the FBI is able to get their hands on phone records. This is how they're able to get into your call log. All of these carriers answer to the government when necessary, okay? So the fact that we're going to be using a mobile carrier, putting the SIM card into this device, you are being tracked. Period, point blank, because all of these carriers track you. Period.
Big tech companies hold a monopoly on public communication and the dissemination of information, and they are abusing that power.
You're abusing your power by pushing a phone that does not stop you from being tracked. You're abusing your power by pushing the beast technology on us. Oh, I made millions from Bitcoin. I'm a Bitcoin millionaire. I have a lot of success. That sounds like you're trying to influence people to participate in the monetary system of the beast.
Nobody elected Mark or Jack to be the arbiters of truth in America, yet they still thought it was okay to ban a sitting president from their platforms.
Okay, the sitting president has been on these platforms for years, okay? They banned him when he said something that could be interpreted as inciting an insurrection. Now, whether or not you think that he actually incited an insurrection, maybe he should just watch what the hell he says. Maybe we should watch what the heck we say so our words can't be misconstrued to make it seem like we said something or incited something that we didn't.
If they censor a president, they will censor anyone. Imagine if Mark Zuckerberg censored MLK or Abraham Lincoln.
What does MLK have to do with this? What does Abraham Lincoln have to do with the world that we live in right now? When Martin Luther King was here, when Abraham Lincoln was here, there were no smartphones. There was no big tech for you to even be censored. What do they have to do with this scam phone? Like, really, what does it have to do with anything about censorship? Censorship did not exist when they were alive. Why are you using these historical figures to try to sell a product to somebody when they have nothing to do with the product?
The course of history would have been altered forever. Out of all the constitutional amendments, there's a reason why the founding fathers made the right to free speech the very first. I believe you have a voice that deserves to be heard without being censored.
Okay, but with all the tracking, they're still listening to us. With all the tracking technology and this phone that you're pushing, they are still listening to us. Buying the Freedom Phone is not going to stop you from being censored on any of these social media platforms that you choose to use. So, stop it with the cat.
Protect yourself from big tech censorship. Let your voice be heard. Live free with the Freedom Phone.
Okay, that was total and utter trash. Now we are going to go ahead, we're going to go to the website, and I'm going to expose all the lies about this phone, how it is tracking you. Now here's the thing. Whenever it comes to certain rhetoric, right? When you look at the privacy policies, that's where it's revealed to you on the website that this phone is going to track you and it's going to collect your data. It's almost kind of like when you look at the terms of service whenever you install a program on your computer. Nobody actually really reads all the way through the terms of service. They just click accept. Even when it comes to apps on your phone, there are certain permissions that you have to grant to these apps in order for it to be installed on your phone. How many people read that stuff? Nobody. Nobody really reads the terms of service or the app permissions when they install apps on their phone or when they install these programs on their computer. That's a fact. Nobody really reads this stuff. And that's why in the privacy policy section of this website, they legally have to tell you all of the things that will be done with your information when it comes to this phone. But they know that you're not going to read the privacy policy section. You're going to see this crappy advertisement. You're going to believe in it without questioning it. And then you're going to go on the website and buy the phone because you think that this dude is not going to lie to you, that Candace is not going to lie to you. But that's exactly what they're doing. And I'm going to prove it. So let's go ahead and let's get back to the video. I'm going to take you guys to the website. And I'm going to expose this phone even more. Everything that this man has said is a lie. What Candace has told you, lies. All I see is lies, 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 lies. And who is the father of lies? The devil. So why should I trust these people when they're using his techniques? Deception. That's the devil's game. Deception doesn't come from God. It comes from the enemy. So the fact that you're using one of the devil's techniques to sell a flawed product should wake people up and help them understand this is just a scam and just a way to make money. So let's go ahead and let's go to the website and let's dig even deeper and let's expose this phone. Let's get to it. Okay, so this is the website for the Freedom Phone. FreedomPhone.com. We're going to go through the website. I'm going to show you the price. And I'm going to show you how they are literally charging $500 for this phone. But in actuality, the phone is literally only worth about $100. So I'm going to expose all that. So this is the website. The Freedom Phone. Completely uncensored. Buy it now. And as you can see, this is the same phone. $500, and it says the Freedom Phone is a free speech and privacy first focused phone with features like tracking blockers and an uncensorable app store. Okay, that's bullcrap. There is tracking on this phone, and we're gonna get into that in a sec. It works with Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, and Sprint, and all other domestic and international carriers. Move phones over in 60 seconds as soon as the phone arrives. Ships in August. Buy now. Scroll down. Uncensorable app store, which is band free. Our own app store. Read what you like, watch what you like, think what you like. Nothing is censored. Okay? And there's not a lot of information about this uncensorable app store. It just gives you this very bare bones description of what the app store is going to be and what it's going to look like, but it doesn't give you a lot of information. And it says buy now. There's no more information as far as the app store. Now, here's the thing. If this is really a phone that is operating on an independent app store, there's certain things about that that's not good. Because when we look at the Google store or we look at the Apple store, the iOS store, there are certain protections that are put in place on these app stores, these official app stores, that protect you from viruses, spyware, malware, and all those other things. Okay, those same security measures will not be on this app store because this app store is literally, matter of fact, let me just pull this up real quick. So basically, their version of the app store is no different than Aurora. So let's pull up Aurora real quick. Now, Aurora is basically another alternative to the Google store or the Android app store. Okay, so this is Aurora right here. It says the Aurora store is a complete rewrite, replacing the Google store. Aurora store is an alternative to Google's Play Store with an elegant design. Using Aurora, you can download apps, update existing apps, search for apps, get details about in-app trackers, spoof your location, and much more. So it sounds good on the onset. But at the end of the day, anytime you're using a modified version of the Google Play Store, it doesn't have the same security measures that the actual Google Store has or that the Apple Store has. So it opens you up to all types of hacking, all types of people listening to you, people stealing your information, stealing your credit card information. All of this stuff can happen to you when you're using these these generic versions of the Google Play Store. But he doesn't mention that at all, nor is it mentioned on the website. So let's continue. So it comes with preloaded apps, some of the most popular banned and unbanned conservative sites and apps preloaded directly on your phone. Why should I trust something that's already preloaded on my phone? I didn't install it. So why do I need to have it preloaded, and why should I trust it if it's been preloaded? That right there is another red flag. And once again, no information on the preloaded apps. It just says these are apps that are banned by the Google Play Store and that they will come pre-installed on the device. So the next thing is the Freedom OS, a free speech first operating system. We've developed the first mass marketable mobile phone operating system based on free speech. And again, there is no information whatsoever about the intricacies of what this actually is. I just see another buy it now button. So there's not a lot of information on this phone. All they're trying to do is get you to just straight up buy it without giving you a lot of information on why you should buy it and why you should trust it. So that right there, another red flag. And this is the same emblem that we were talking about earlier when we looked at the video, and it says your privacy guards say hello to trust. Your data, your rules, with powerful tools such as trust, you are in control of what your apps can do whenever you want. Trust will help you understand the security of your device and warn you about possible threats. And again, there is no further information that you can get on how this Trust app privacy guard works. So, you know, any idiot that goes to this website and looks at this stuff and isn't given full information on these things is another red flag. Now, so all I see is a bunch of buy it now buttons. I don't see a lot of information. Now you can see that the phone is $500. Now, I did my research. This phone right here is literally the same thing as this phone. Now, this is a Chinese phone, and it's called the Umigdi A9 cell phone, 64 gigabyte. It's an unlocked smartphone. Now, this is a Chinese-made cell phone. It comes from China, which is so interesting because the right is always talking about China and the censorship and fighting against big tech, but yet they're literally selling you a phone that comes from China. Now, we know that China is a communist country. So you are literally buying a phone that was created and designed and manufactured from a communist country. So how exactly are you really fighting against censorship? Now, let me scroll in here. This is so hilarious to me. Now, if we look at the price of this phone on Amazon, it's only $159. But here on the website, they're selling it for $500. Do y'all see what's going on here? The creator of this phone has literally, now, it says here that the phone is $159. But if you order it directly from China, you can buy it in bulk from between $119 to $175. It is literally the same freaking phone. As a matter of fact, let me just show you proof of that. I like to show proof. I don't like to run my mouth. So if we go to the Freedom phone, it's literally the same exact phone. Let me go here. Let's see. Okay. There was an image here I wanted to show you guys. Ah, here we go. So if we look at it side by side, you can literally see it is the same phone. It is the Umigdi. You can see the camera right there, and you can also see the camera right here is exactly the same. The only thing he did different is he put some customization on it to try to make it look like it's its own phone and it's its own thing, but this is literally a Chinese phone that has been modified and it's been rebranded to look like a completely different phone, but it is in fact the same phone. And if you go right here, you can clearly see that the Chinese flag is behind the Freedom phone. This is a Chinese-made phone that only cost about $159 by itself. And if you want to go and you want to buy it from China on AliExpress.com, you can buy a bunch of these between $119 to $175. So what the creator of this phone did, ERICK FINMAN, literally bought these in bulk. He customized them, and he's selling them for $500 when singularly they only cost $159 on Amazon. So they're already screwing you on the price off top. Okay? There's literally no type of protection when you're using this created app store, this alternative version of the Google Android Google Store. There are no security protections because it's a modified version of the App Store. So basically, you're opening yourself to all types of spying, hacking, and things of the like. You buy any type of product on this phone using Amazon or Ali, anything you buy on this phone can be used, and your information can be stolen from you, and you won't even know it. Why? Because there are no security protections on this phone. Period, point blank. Now, let me go ahead and let me show you how they are tracking you on this phone, and what they're saying is easily bullcrap. Now, in order to be able to find the truth about this phone, we gotta go to the privacy policy section. So let's go to the privacy policy section, and let's see what the privacy policy section says. So it says, this privacy policy describes our policies and procedures on the collection, use, and disclosure of your information when you use a service, and tells you about your privacy rights and how the law protects you. We use your personal data to provide and improve the service by using the service. You agree to the collection and use of information in accordance with this privacy policy. The privacy policy has been created with the help of the privacy policy generator. So right off the bat, they are telling you that they are going to use your personal data, they are going to collect your personal data, and they will disclose your personal data. But they don't really tell you to who it's being disclosed to, which is another red flag to add to the list that we've already gone through. So let's scroll down and let's keep reading. So let's see. Collecting and using your personal data. The types of data collected. Personal data. While using our service, we may ask you to provide us with certain personally identifiable information that can be used to contact or identify you. Personally identifiable information may include, but is not limited to, your email address, your first and last name, your phone number, your address, the state, the province, the zip code, the city, and the usage data. So they're already collecting your email address, your first and last name, your phone number, your address, your state, and your postal code. So I don't understand how they're talking about privacy when all this is private information that they're going to be collecting from you. And they don't tell you who's collecting the information. They're just telling you that they're collecting it. This is a total scam. Do y'all see now how much of a scam this is? And dumb people are going to go buy this phone. Okay, let's continue. So they're also going to collect your usage data. And it says usage data is collected automatically when using the service. So you have no say-so about them collecting this data. Usage data may include information such as your device's internet IP address. Now, I don't know if you guys know anything about hacking, but your IP address is literally something that can be used against you to hack your computer or to hack anything that uses an IP address, including your phone. Okay? So they're going to collect the browser type, the browser version that you're using on the phone, pages of our service that you visit, the time and date of your visit, the time spent on those pages, and unique device identifiers and other diagnostic data. When you access a service by or through a mobile device, you may We may collect certain information automatically, including but not limited to the type of mobile device you use, your mobile device unique ID, the IP address of your mobile device, your mobile operating system, the type of mobile internet browser you use, unique device identifiers, and other diagnostic data. We may also collect information that your browser sends whenever you visit our service or when you access the service by going through a mobile device. Now let's get into the tracking section here. It says we use cookies. Now, if you don't know what cookies are, I'm not talking about the things that you put in the oven that taste so good when they have chocolate chip and sugar. I'm not talking about those kind of cookies. I'm talking about cookies, internet cookies. Internet cookies is literally information that's used by websites to collect information on the person that is going to the website. So if they're using cookies, there is tracking attached to those cookies. And it says, we use cookies and similar tracking technologies to track, whoops, I'm sorry about that, y'all. And similar tracking technologies to track the activity on our service and store certain information. It does not tell you what that certain information is. It just tells you that they are going to store this information. Tracking technologies used are beacons, tags, and scripts to collect and track information and to improve and analyze our service. The technologies we may use include cookies or browser cookies, which is what I just talked about. A cookie is a small file placed on your device. You can instruct your browser to refuse all cookies or to indicate when a cookie is being sent. However, if you do not accept cookies, you may not be able to use some parts of our service unless you've adjusted your browser setting that it will refuse cookies. Our service may use cookies. So literally what they're saying is that you won't really be able to fully utilize the phone unless you allow them to track your cookies or to use cookies to track you. Okay? So let's just nip that in the bud. Flash cookies. Certain features of our service may use local stored objects or flash cookies to collect and store information about your preferences or your activity on our service. So it seems to me like this information that they are collecting at any given point can be used by Big Brother to basically categorize you and to understand the type of content you're looking at, the type of apps you're downloading, the type of websites you're visiting. They have all of this information that can be contained in these cookies. And if you think that Big Brother will not have access to these cookies, you're only fooling yourself. Flash cookies are not managed by the same browser setting as those used for browser cookies. For more information on how you can delete flash cookies, please read blah, 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 blah. Web beacons. Certain sections of our service and our emails may contain small electronic files known as web beacons, also referred to as clear gifts, pixel tags, and single pixel gifts that permit the company, for example, to count users who have visited those pages or opened the email, and for other related website statistics. For example, recording the popularity of a certain section and verifying system and server integrity. So based off of what we read right now, we know that the lies about this phone being completely about privacy and not being tracked is not true based off of what they're saying on their website. Now, the reason why they have to post a privacy policy and expose themselves is because legally, if someone were to find out they were being tracked with these phones, they could sue Freedom Phone and make millions because they have to disclose this information to you. But like I said, most people do not read privacy policies. Most people do not read terms of service. But this is something that they legally have to include whenever they're selling you a phone or an internet-based product where information is collected. So this right here alone should literally tell you that this phone is not about privacy. Okay, and the phone is not about censorship, because if you use Facebook or any social media platform and you say something they don't like, they will delete the video, they will ban you, they will stop you from posting for a certain amount of time. There is no uncensorable phone. If you choose to use these apps, you are being tracked. If you choose to put your SIM card inside this so-called overpriced, crappy, generic, bag cereal version Android, you are still going to be tracked from the phone itself and from the SIM card. So you are still being tracked, period. Let's see what else is on here, because there might be more information that we need to get into. So the use of your personal data. All right, let's read this. The company may use personal data for the following reasons: to provide and maintain our service, including to monitor the usage of our service. So they are monitoring you, okay? They literally tell you right here on this website. To manage your account, to manage your registration as a user of the service, the personal data you provide can give you access to different functionalities of the service that are available to you as a registered user. So you literally have to register with this particular service, which is Freedom Phone. Now, one more thing I want to say before I continue on is the thing about voting. Another thing that they use with voting is to see what side you stand on. Are you a liberal? Are you more conservative? So they put you into a category. That's why I said they categorize you. But one of the main reasons they use politics, they use it to divide you. They use it for controlled opposition. They use it to lead you to the beast and to believe in this system that they've created that's not real, that's false. When in actuality, all these presidents, they're all in bed together. But they use politics and to get you to vote so they can know where you stand. Chances are, if you are a conservative voter, you are more towards the side of being Christian, right? Or you have more Christian or conservative views. And if you vote liberal, you have more liberal views, right? So that's basically why they're saying, we track your information, we use your personal data, and you have to be a registered user in order to use this service. So once again, it's just another way for Big Brother to categorize you and see where you stand, okay? So for the performance of contract, they're collecting your data. The development, compliance, and undertaking of the purchase contract for the products, items, or services you have purchased, or any other contract with us through the service. And also to collect your information to contact you by email or telephone. Let's see what else. I want to see if there's anything else I need to point out. For other purposes, we collect your information. We may use your information for other purposes such as data analysis, identifying usage trends, determining the effectiveness of our promotional campaigns, and to evaluate and improve our service, products, services, marketing, and your experience. And we may share your personal information in the following situations. With service providers. We may share your personal information with service providers to monitor and analyze the use of our service and to contact you. What did I say earlier to you guys? I told you that if you put this SIM card in your phone, you are being tracked. Now, they say service providers, but they actually are probably also talking about the cell phone carriers, because it can't literally just be the Freedom Phone that is collecting your information. It's also going to be the person that you got the SIM card from, the carrier that you got the SIM card from. So not only is your information being shared with the people who created the Freedom Phone, but also the carrier that you're using the Freedom Phone with. The SIM card that's in the Freedom Phone that you're using the Freedom Phone with. We may share your information and personal information and connect with or during negotiations of any merger sales, company assets, okay? With affiliates. We may share your information with our affiliates. Who are your affiliates? Of course, they don't tell you who that is. In which case, we will require those affiliates to honor this privacy policy. Affiliates include our parent company and other subsidiaries. joint venture partners, or other companies that we control or that are under common control with us. Now, they say affiliates and subsidiaries, but they don't specify who they are. Okay? They're also going to be sharing your information with other users. When you share personal information or otherwise interact in the public areas with other users, such information may be viewed by all users and may be publicly distributed outside. So if you're downloading apps on a phone that has no type of data mining protection or any type of hacking protection, if they're sharing your information, if your phone gets hacked by someone and you don't know it, there's a good chance that that information will also be shared with other hackers. Because if it's a modified Chinese smartphone, a generic Chinese Android, the people that hack the phone will also easily be able to share that information with others, and also the other people that might be able to also use these phones. I feel like it's only a matter of time until someone has this phone and says, I've been hacked, my information has been stolen, because there is no protection against malware, spyware, or any type of hacking. Period, point blank. With your consent, we may disclose your personal information for any purpose with your consent. That's not true, because when we just scrolled up, it says that if you use a service, they will be collecting data and they will be sharing data. So this right here is another freaking lie. I mean, how many lies have we gone through since I started this video? Retention. We will retain your personal data only for as long as necessary for the purpose set out in this privacy policy. So, you know, I'm not going to read too much more. I think you guys kind of got an understanding of how much of a scam this is. Okay? And only dumb people are going to buy this phone and think that they're completely uncensored, complete privacy, and no watching by Big Brother. All of those things are not true. Now, let's go back to the video because I want to further talk about politics and why you should not trust in anything that they're pushing on you. We're done with the Freedom Phone. Let me just give my final thoughts on why I don't trust Trump, politics, or any of these presidents, and how they're all connected to Freemasonry and to the enemy. So let's go ahead. Let's get back to the video. Let me give my final thoughts on why I don't participate in politics, and we'll close out this video. Let's get to it. Alright, now, the last segment of this video is mainly for the people that support these presidents. Whether you support Trump, whether you support Biden, whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, you need to watch this section because I'm hoping that there are people that believe in politics that are seeing this video that need to see the truth, okay? First of all, let's talk about Trump. You can see him right here with his wife. Look at his hands. That is a Freemason symbol. When you look at his hands, he is clearly forming the triangle. The same pyramid or the same triangle that's on the back of the dollar bill that has the all-seeing eye of Lucifer. Trump is a Freemason. So you should not trust in him because all Freemasons are connected to the enemy and they're connected to the occult. They are taught that Lucifer is the light and not God. Okay? Let's continue on. There's more I want to show you. Here is another image of Trump doing the pyramid with his hands. He has taken so many pictures. Alright, now, the last segment of this video is mainly for the people that support these presidents. Whether you support Trump, whether you support Biden, whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, you need to watch. The question we have to ask is, why does he keep using this same symbol constantly whenever he is in the public eye? Look at this right here. You can see the one-eyed symbolism and you can see him throwing up the 666. Trump is known to constantly throw up the 666. How many times on this channel have I talked about the 666? That is another Freemason symbol that he always throws up. That right there should tell you everything you need to know. This is why I stress the importance of understanding the symbolism. Once you understand the symbolism, you will know who is of God and who is not of him. And when I see him constantly throwing up the 666, that tells you everything you need to know. Now, let's keep going. Look at this handshake here. This is another Freemason handshake that they do when they're part of the Freemasonry. It's something that they're taught to do because, once again, it's another means of communication for people that are deep into Freemasonry. Now, let's take a look at some of these images here. You can see how, notice how he shakes hands with someone and he puts his thumb over the person that he's shaking's hand. This same secret handshake is also taught in Freemasonry. Here's an example of what it actually is supposed to look like. Now, if we compare this image to all these other images of him doing the exact same handshake, we already know what this dude is about and who he's connected to. Now, let's go to the left and talk about them. Look at this. What do you see? Another pyramid right next to Sleepy Joe, and of course, the pentagram. And also, the Democratic National Convention of 2020 also used the pentagram, the satanic tranny goat pentagram. You can call it a star if you want to, but we know it is a very prominent symbol in the occult. And not only that, but if you take a closer look at the star, you can clearly see a modified version of the pyramid. So I don't think there's anything else I need to show you. We could even talk about George Bush and his connections to the secret societies. Most truthers know that he was connected to Skull and Bones, which is another secret society just like the Freemasons. Now, it doesn't just stop with presidents of the United States. I'm now going to show you several different world leaders who are also using the same symbolism. Let's take a look at the Chancellor of Germany. Her name is Angela Merkel, and you can see several images of her also throwing up the pyramid. Let's take a look at that one. Look at that. All of these are world leaders, and they're all throwing up the same symbol that Trump is throwing up. I hope y'all see now that they're all connected to the enemy. They're all connected to Freemasonry, and we shouldn't trust none of these world leaders because all of them are working together to bring about worship of the false Messiah, the Antichrist. The reason why they want you to believe in these world leaders and these presidents and these chancellors and these prime ministers and all these people in authority and power over these different nations is because they want you to believe in man enough so that when the Antichrist comes, you will accept him just as much as you've accepted these world leaders, just as much as you've accepted these presidents. Now, before I close out this video, here's just a few more examples. This is Harry S. Truman, President of the United States, wearing the Freemason apron. Here's another image of him, also wearing the Freemason apron. Here's another president, Mr. Theodore Roosevelt, also a Freemason. So anyway, I'm going to end the video right here. I think I have showed you guys enough to know not just the presidents, but all of these world leaders are connected to Freemasonry. Therefore, none of them are to be trusted. I'm talking about none of them. And everybody else. Shalom. I'll catch you guys in the next video. I love you guys. God bless you all. I don't care if in Europe. I don't care if you're in Canada. I don't care if you're in the UK. Don't trust none of these people because you cannot vote evil away. You just can't do it. So why vote at all? If they all have the same goal to bring in someone else to replace the Messiah that has already walked this earth and already come, the true Messiah, Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ, if they're all gonna support someone that is not Christ, then you should not support them. Anyway, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. This has been a very long video, but people need to wake up. We are living in very, 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 very dangerous times, and people need to wake up and stop believing in these people. Because every 4 years, they sit there and lie to you. Put them on your bumper stickers. Y'all put them on the signs in your yards, not realizing that you're really supporting the enemy. And that's the most important message in this whole video. Don't buy the Freedom Phone, it's a scam. Don't trust the Bitcoin millionaire, he's a scammer. And don't trust none of these presidents, including Trump, Biden, Kamala, Obama, Bush, and all the rest of these clowns. So anyway, it's your boy TTP. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Drop a comment, man. Let me know what y'all think. Shalom. God bless you guys.